Hi, and welcome to part 2 of the local group lock configuration. I have a simple diagram in front of me, so I just want to explain the stuff which is relevant to this configuration. So the stuff that we have to worry about is we have to worry about only this part. R1, the firewall ASA1, and the test PC. The test PC is on the 11.0 network, and R1 is on the 11. And the inside network is on the subnet 136.1.120.0. Now let's jump right into the configuration. Let's head into the configuration for ASA1. Right, we're into the ASA1 configuration, and let me do a quick show run for you here. You can see that the interfaces have already been configured with IP addresses. I've configured a basic remote VPN setup with two VPN tunnel groups, one group policy, and a user named TACAC for extended authentication. You can see that I've configured an access list called VPN access list, which says that tunnel all traffic to the internal network. That's going to be used as a split tunneling ACL. I'm also configuring a local pool called VPN pool, which I'm going to be using to assign IP addresses to the clients which are going to be connecting in. Then later on we can see IKE phase 1 configuration. Then these are IKE phase 2 configuration, and here you have the VPN dynamic map, which is again assigned to the crypto map and is applied on the outside interface. Now if you have a quick look, let me give you a detailed view. Let me just display this the group policies. You can see that I have a group policy by the name GP1, and I'm specifying a VPN tunneling protocol of IPsec, and I'm saying that tunnel only traffic to the split ACL, that is VPN ACL. Now that's the group policy. I also have the tunnel groups. I have two tunnel groups, which I'd like to have you, which you could have a look here. The first group is VPN users 1. VPN users 1 and VPN users 2 are just the same. They both are identical except the names. That is, both of them have the same address pool to assign IP addresses to the clients. Both of them have the default group policy of GP1, and both of them have the same tunnel key of Cisco. Now, because we haven't configured any group lock here, our user must be able to connect to both VPN users 1 and VPN users 2 without a problem. Let's check that out. So this is my entry in my Cisco VPN client. Let me just quickly head into the properties, and here you can see that I have the name for the tunnel group. I'm going to first connect to tunnel group 1 with a password of Cisco. Let me try and click connect, and here it says the group authentication is succeeding, and it's asking for the extended authentication. I'm going to type in my password of Cisco, and here you go. The VPN is connected. Let me just quickly verify statistics, and you can see that group details of 136.1.120.0 is already present here. So that means the remote VPN works for the VPN users 1, the first group. Let's try the second tunneling group, and this should also work because remember, we have not configured any group locking. Again, let me enter a password of Cisco, and there you go. It's connected again. So this proves that without group locking, a user can connect to any tunnel group, and this doesn't essentially do a great deal for a person's security. Now let me quickly log out. Now it's time to apply group lock. Remember the thing that I said? You could either apply group lock in the group policy, or you could apply group lock in the username attributes. First, let's assign the group lock in the user policies, in the group policies, sorry. So let me head into the group policy of GP1. Here, remember the command? Yes, it's correct. That's group lock space value space the tunnel group which I want to lock the particular group for. Remember, this group is the default group for both the VPN users 1 and VPN users 2 tunnel groups. So just for kicks, let me lock this onto the second VPN tunnel group of VPN users 2. Again, I have not specified any username attributes, so when I connect to VPN users 1. For example, okay, suppose I connect to VPN users 1, it's going to go and retrieve the group parameters belonging to GP1, that is the group policy 1, and inside it, it's going to see that GP1 is going to be locked to VPN users 2. So that means I wouldn't be able to connect to connect through the VPN internal group of VPN users 1, and I'd only have to connect through a VPN users 2. So let me check. So let me head into the entry here, and I'll make this 1. So theoretically what's going to happen is I'll be prompted for an X authentication. I enter it, and then it shouldn't allow me to connect because the group policy is only configured to be connected using VPN users 2. Entering a password of Cisco, and again you can see that the connection was terminated because the group locking was activated. Now that's group locking for you. Let me give you a quick demo and show you that it'll work if I try and connect it using the second tunnel group of VPN users 2. So there you go. So that's connected. Let me quickly disconnect. And okay, so now you got a basic idea of how group locking works locally. Now this is the group locking which we've specified under the group policy menu. Remember, you could also configure it under the username menu. So let me show you how to do that. For that, the command is username followed by the user, TACAC, and attributes. Here you have an option saying group lock, which is identical to the group policy command. So you type that in and say, remember that earlier in the group policy we had locked it to the group to the VPN users 2 tunnel group. Now let's lock this to the first tunnel group so that this value should override the value that we had configured earlier under the group policy. So group lock is followed by value, followed by the group that we want to connect to, that is VPN users 1. So that should do it. And remember that I'm going to be overriding the value. So okay, let's have a look at what's going to happen. What's going to happen is I'm going to connect to the VPN group 2, which I've configured earlier, and it should deny and it shouldn't permit me to connect it because my username is locked to VPN users 1. But even though my group policy is locked to VPN users 2, this will have the username will have more privilege over the group policy, and hence it should prevent me from connecting. So let me jump into the configuration. I'll change my group policy to 2. Okay, it's 2 already, and I connect. I'm prompted for the extended authentication, and it should not allow me to connect for the reason that my username is configured to connect only to VPN users 1. So if I change my tunnel group to VPN users 1, I should be able to connect. There you go. So that's it. We saw a quick demonstration of how group policy can be configured locally on the ASA. Remember, a quick recap is it can be configured either under the group policies or it can be configured on a per username basis. And the VPN tunnel, which is assigned to the username, gets more priority than the group lock, which is present in the group policy. I hope you like this, and see you in the third video in the series where I'm going to be talking about how I'm going to configure this using ACS, which is far more interesting. Thanks.